Is this tier list based on current meta or just overall thing? I think this is an overall thing for someone who just entered Series 3 and they're thinking of the cards they want to get. Must have, S tier, good, and poop. Absorbing Man. It was S tier, now it's good with the 4 power. With 5 power, it was S tier. Adam Warlock, poop. Arrow, she's still good. I think she's still a good card, honestly. Agatha. Dude, Agatha needs her own tier, I think. I feel like she doesn't belong in any. Agent Coulson. I think he's a good card as well. Zola is good. Atuma is eh. But I do like him in a lot of decks. I like my anti-destroy deck. He's really good in that. Can put him with armor or with Professor X. Baron Mordo is poop for sure. Bast. Ooh. I feel like Bast is either good or S tier, honestly. He makes so many decks so much better. Like bounce decks, negative decks, C3 decks. I feel like Bast is almost S tier, honestly. If we're prioritizing on the things that, like, you're new to Series 3, what cards do you want to get? Bast will help you enable a lot of the decks. Beast is a good card, but he was so much better at 2 energy. He was a 2-2, right? But also Beast is only really seen in bounce. Black Bolt, definitely not something you want to prioritize unless you already have stature. And if you just entered Series 3, it's very unlikely for you to have stature. Maybe it must have and then good. Maybe I just named it badly. It's not it's okay card. But it's definitely not a priority. I think like Black Cat is still bad. Like she's not bad, but she's only okay. I've seen her played recently, but only because she got buffed, I guess. Like I don't even know if she got buffed. Is this a buff? Making her from a 3-7 to 4-9? I honestly think he's good. He's good. But only with stature. Without stature, he's useless. If he only synergizes with one card, is he really good? Or is he okay though? Okay, but I feel like he's higher than Achuma. If he was still 5'8", I put him good, but now at 5'7", he's okay. Black Panther can still win you games, but I feel like it's too obvious. Usually you want Zola, right? Black Widow is... I feel like she's not a very good card. Brood is very good. Brood is good in so many decks. There's C2, there's Silver Surfer, is a must-have in Silver Surfer. Any Silver Surfer deck, Brood. And Patriot. Would you marry Brood? Definitely not. Okay, Captain Marvel, she is definitely a good card. At 4-5, she was so much better. Especially now that, you know, Doom is back to 5-power Doom bots. Cerebro. Usually Cerebro would be average or no. But currently in the Loki meta, Cerebro is actually good. Who would have thought? Cerebro needs to be a niche category. Together with Agatha, decks are coming for your blood. I mean, if we're thinking about different decks you can do, then Cerebro is obviously must-have because it enables a whole build, like Poki said. Archetype tier. I don't know. I'm just gonna put him in good for now. Okay, Colleen. I think Colleen is a good card. She lets you target cards you discard, and that's always good. She works with like Swarm, she works with Wolverine, she works with Muramasa Shard. You know what you're getting with her. Crossbones is... it's either average or no. When was the last time you saw Crossbones? I think last time I saw Crossbones was during Zabu meta. It's not bad, but very limiting. Crystal. As much as it hurts me, she's also a no. Like, I know you can play her in Cerebro. I know you can play her in Silver Surfer. And you can play her in Hela Discard. But a lot of the time, she's going to help your opponent as well. You're helping them draw a card. It's not good. She's not a no. I think she's a no. She's playable in 3 decks. How can she be a no? Yeah, but she's not needed in any of those 3 decks. Maybe in Hela Discard. Maybe. She's not needed in Surfer. She's not needed in C3. She's a no considering this tier list is meant to see what cards to buy. Exactly. Dagger can actually grow super big. She doesn't see a lot of play. I feel like a move needs a lot of cards to work. And unlike Craven, she needs to move herself. Craven can get buffed without moving at all. She needs to move to get buffed. Like, I would rather play Dagger over Black Cat. Because you can do a lot of interesting things with her. Move is just a very fun deck to play because there's so many different things you can do, and your opponent also has to guess what you're gonna do, where you're gonna put your cards, and what cards you're going to move. Whereas Black Cat, what are you gonna do Black Cat? Oh, I discarded her. No, I summoned her back with Hela or Ghost Rider. That's it. There's nothing else you can do with her. Daredevil is very good. I haven't put any in must-have yet. What is a must-have card? Doctor Doom is a must-have card. Mystique is a must-have card. Easy. I'd say Patriot is also a must-have card. He's his own archetype, and he also is a very, very good deck. Sarah is 100% a must-have card. Enables so many builds. Silver Surfer, yes. Another card that you need to have. Wave, broken card, until Mobius comes out at least. Wong, he might not be broken. You know, he has the obvious counter of Cosmo and Enchantress. But he will let you do a lot of stuff. He will enable a lot of your decks, and it'll make them better. Hela is a must-have. You think Hela is a must-have? I don't think Hela is a must-have. Shadow King. I don't think Shadow King is must-have, but I think it's very good. At least in the current meta, it's very good. Against Collector, against Angela, against Bishop, Electro. Electro also is a good one, yes. Enables a lot of stuff. Single-handedly enables ramp decks and Galactus as well. At least turn 5 Galactus. Mr. Negative, yes. I wouldn't say it's broken. It's just must-have if you want to play Mr. Negative, right? If you don't have Mr. Negative, that's one archetype you can't play at all. Lockjaw, yes. Another archetype enabler. Then Cerebro is a must-have. Feels weird putting him there. Okay, these are all like archetype enablers or very, very good cards. Like Doom, very good card. Mystique just helps a lot of the other enablers. Like Patriot. She can copy Patriot, she can copy Cerebro, she can copy Iron Man, Dino, very good. Okay, Luke is actually good. Probably a must-have, at least at the moment, because a lot of people are still playing High Evolutionary. And Luke Cage is like the only counter. Magneto is very, very good. But you don't see him played a lot. But he can be very good, depending on the meta. Mysterio is very good. He's also kind of like an enabler. He makes so many cards better. I'd say Bast makes Mysterio very good. He makes Bishop amazingly good. Single-handedly carries Hitmonkey. Archetype row. Right. Dazzler. I think she's okay. Super trash? Nah, she's not super trash. Come on. I want Dazzler to be good because that variant is coming. The Artgerm variant. Should I put her in must-have because of the Artgerm variant? We need to have another category. The thirst category. And then she'll be the very top. I'd say Deadpool is almost... He's also like an archetype enabler, right? Deadpool Destroy is like his own type of deck. But I wouldn't say he's a good card. Only good if you draw him early. You don't need Deadpool for Destroy decks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's his own deck type. I think I'm gonna put him at good. But I don't think he's like the best. Because for him to work well, you do need to destroy him a couple of times. I need to draw him early. Okay, Def. Def is very, very good. Would you say Def is an archetype enabler? She's so good in Destroy. Or Galactus. Must-have? I don't think she's a must-have. But I think she is very good. You can't play Bounce without Beast. Okay, let's put him here then. Debris. Oh, Debris. I think I am biased because I think Debris is a good card. I like playing Debris. But only because of how much I like playing clogging decks. And also how good she is against Galactus. I kind of want to put her at the low end of very good or high good. Maybe like here. Okay, Destroyer. Is Destroyer a deck enabler? It used to be like ongoing Destroyer, right? I don't know if it still counts as a deck enabler. You can easily play Destroy deck without Destroyer. I don't think it's an enabler, to be honest. I think it's at the very bottom very good. I think I'm gonna upgrade Daredevil. Dr. Octopus. Now, I would have said Dr. Octopus was a good card, but after seeing his win rates, I'm not too sure anymore. Like, what's going on? Why his win rate so low? I feel like it's just average now. Because everyone runs Shang-Chi. We saw almost 30% of decks had Shang-Chi. And you're pulling 4 cards. Well, sometimes less if they already have cards there. And also, I think he's a lot worse now because of cards like Jeff and Kitty. The stonks have gone down. Sell. People don't play Dr. Octopus well. Yeah, I agree about that. No. Oh, Dracula. Dracula is a very good card. Would you say he's a must-have or a very good card? I think I'd put him like between Brood and Death, to be honest. His only counter is... Got a few, obviously. But like the biggest counter is Lady Deathstrike, right? I mean, nobody plays Lady Deathstrike. Lady Kekstrike. Okay, Drax is bad. Even like Nebula couldn't save him. Yeah, okay. I'll put him here. I think Falcon is good. Is Falcon better than Captain Marvel? Yeah, he's like non-essential. Very non-essential. Even in bounce decks. I have so many variants of the cards in the no tier. Gambit. Oh, I feel like Gambit is bad. He used to be much better. And now he's a no. Does anyone play him even in discard? Gambit is great. You guys must have good luck. Gambit only with Wong. But you need to have cards in your hand to discard. You think it's good? You're confusing good with fun. Ghost Rider. Okay, Ghost Rider is a good card. I'm gonna put him behind here. Ghost is probably better than Baron Mordo. Well, Ghost is definitely a no, but how no? How much of a no is she? The second worst card. Is she worse than Baron Mordo? Alive made her worse. Ghost is better than Warlock. Like this? Is Warlock really that bad? Giganta is not really a card that you play, except in Hela discard. I can't think of any deck it would fit into except Lockjaw and Hela. I think Warlock is the worst card in Snap. Wait, really? Nah, he's not that bad. You could play him with C3 if you bast him. So you think Giganto is a no? I don't think it's a no. It's still a lot of power. Nothing like getting Giganto out of a raft on the left. I think it's still better than Gambit. Okay, Goose. I'm biased. I like Goose. I think it's a good card. Also, it's a cat. It gives you control over the board. How good is Goose going to be with Mobius? It's gonna be interesting with Mobius, isn't it? Good alive counter, exactly. Alive counter, Galactus counter. Is Coulson really better than Captain Marvel now? Only because of Loki. Oh, Green Goblin. Dude, Green Goblin Loki is a very good card. I don't know if it's a must-have, but it's very good. I'm gonna put it like right behind Brood. Good in clogging, good in Galactus, good against Galactus. I just like clogging. The only time when Green Goblin wasn't good is when Silver Surfer was the meta. Okay, Hazmat chat. Hazmat is not a no. Come on, Hazmat is fun. She's at least an average. Okay, there's no way she's a no. Also, she is an archetype enabler. Okay, she's gonna enable a whole new archetype. Fun isn't good. I did say that. I've won many games with Toxic Clog. You're making the argument that you told Chad not to make, but she is an archetype enabler. I play her. Don't make me chat. Stop coping. I'm not coping. I think she's good. I think she's good. Okay, think. Turn 1, Hood. Turn 2, Viper. Turn 3, Debris. Turn 4, Wong. Turn 5, Mystique into Hazmat. Turn 6, you Odin. And you win. Let's go. Oh wait, I forgot about Luke Cage. Turn 6, Absorbing Man, Luke Cage. Win. Except the world where they run Loki or Cosmo. Okay, they never run Cosmo. And they never get a Luke Cage with Loki. That's it. That's it. It's foolproof. Enchantress is a thing? No, it's not. It's definitely not a no. It's not a no. It's at least an average. Dude, she's better than Black Cat. I'm not saying it's a good archetype. I'm just saying she enables an archetype. Just because they're on top doesn't mean they're must-haves. They just means they create an archetype that you can play. Without Hazmat, you can't play Toxic. I think there's a very thin line for what a deck type is versus a subset of deck type, and like this. So you think that Toxic Clog is a subset of Clog? I don't know about that. Okay, Hela is definitely an archetype enabler. Yeah, you can't play like Hela discard without Hela. Enablers list kind of long. Well, that's good though, because it means we have loads of different types of decks. Helicarrier is a no. Should we put him together with Agatha? Just to annoy Dexter. Is Helicarrier better than Black Widow? I feel like I'm more likely to play these than Helicarrier. Hellcow? Ooh, Hellcow. I think Hellcow is good, but you don't really see him that often anymore. Again, because we're getting so many targeted discard cards, the randomness is just not very good anymore. Okay, Black Bolt has been upgraded. Human Torch. Ooh. I'd say he's average. I don't think he's very good. I think he's worse than Dagger. If I had to choose between Dagger and Human Torch, I'd play Dagger. Invisible Woman low-key good. Not must-have, but she is very good. Like, you can hide a lot of stuff behind her, like Killmonger, Shadow King, Modok, Hela, Tribunal stuff. She might be even higher than Dracula, honestly. In the current meta, I think she's actually better than Death as well. She blocks Enchantress and Rogue. Yes, she does. Jane Foster Thor. I don't see her that often anymore, But is she an archetype enabler? Not really. You don't need her to play Lockjaw. She's just a very nice addition. I am trying to think from a new player's perspective. Because think about the cards you have in Series 1 and 2. I feel like you're thinking about these cards as if you have all of them. But think about these cards, the way they would work with the cards you have from Series 1 or 2 without having a lot of the Series 4 or 5 cards. So like obviously Black Bolt is really good if you have stature, but if you just enter Series 3, you probably don't have stature. So how good is Black Bolt without stature? Whereas a lot of the cards you got from Series 2 and 1 would work with Destroyer because you would have a lot of the cards that would work with him already. Coulson is great for a Dino, that's very true. Honestly, Coulson might be higher. Then Arrow is also higher, right? Okay, Jug. I love Jug. Jug is, for me, has won so many games. I think he's very good. Like, obviously he wasn't so good in the bounce meta, but I think he's still a very good card. Sometimes he lets you win just Storm Lane on his own. And he's won us, like, games on last turn, too. Most underrated card in Snap, you think. A lot of people don't like him. Dara doesn't like Jug. Maybe like this. I like the control he provides. The thing about Jug is a lot of people don't expect him. Almost nobody expects him on turn 6 unless you're playing Silver Surfer. And even then, a lot of people don't expect him. Kingpin. Oh, Kingpin. I really wish Kingpin was good, but he's not. The problem with Kingpin is like, if you play him before turn 6, it makes your intentions a little bit obvious. If you play him on turn 6, you have to have initiative. And it's hard. Actually, now I think about it, I have seen Black Widow recently. I haven't seen a Kingpin recently. Like, I don't see this card played. Kingpin Archetype Enabler. The losing archetype. Alright, I get it. Leader. Oh. Leader used to be so good. Dude, they butchered him so hard. I don't think it's a good card. I don't think it's something that we should be telling people to invest in. It's only really good against the wave players. I think I'm gonna put him at the bottom of average. Because like, he's still okay if you're playing in wave into leader. I don't want to put him in good. Let's not encourage people to play leader. Is magic a must-have? Or is magic an archetype enabler? She doesn't really enable any archetypes. She just helps them, I think. Like Mystique. Like, she's not really like an archetype enabler herself. She just makes them better. And same with magic. She makes not Electro. She makes negative better. She makes Cerebro better. She makes Hella better. Magic is bad in this meta. Yeah, it is kind of bad. Which is why I think they made her a 3 energy card. Because of Legion and a Snow Guard. Okay, Maria Hill. She's just very, very, very bottom average. Series 3 is still playing a lot of Dino probably. And she's okay in Dino. Dude, actually, I'd rather just play Sentinel over Maria Hill. Maybe she is bad. Moon Girl is definitely better. Probably here. Maximus is a good card. I'd say he's very good. But you have to know when to play him and where to play him. Like, usually you don't want to play him until last turn. Here? Baku. It's a meme. It's a fun card. It's not a good card. Archetype Enabler. It's the card you never want to see in your hand. I think I'm gonna put him in no. We want people prioritizing cards that they're going to play. It's gonna be very, very low. Like here, maybe. Like, you don't want to spend your free Series 3 card on Baku. Very, very low priority. Miles Morales has been low-key pretty good, honestly. But is it because of cards like Jeff and Silk? I feel like it is because of those cards he's been good. But without those cards, how good is he? If you're early Series 3, it is not gonna be amazing. I'm thinking putting him somewhere here. I guess he was still okay. Alright, maybe I'll put him here, behind Arrow. I like Mojo, but you don't see a lot of him. But early, I feel like when you get him in Series 3, he's pretty good. Moon Knight. Okay, as much as it pains me, Moon Knight is bad. Like here, probably. The randomness is really bad. And the stat line is actually awful as well. How good is Nick Fury? It's okay. I had him in my Loki deck originally, and it was pretty good. But I think when I played that, I usually played like Nick Fury on 4, and then I played Loki on 5, and I got a hand full of cards. But that was a bit too slow because I feel like the optimal turn to play Loki is turn 4. So in case you get Loki, then you can play on turn 5 and maybe get another Loki. But yeah, he is pretty good with Dino, it's true. He is probably better than Leader. But is he worse than Mojo? I don't think he's worse than Mojo. I feel like he's here. Okay, I like him here. In relation to these cards, I think he's pretty good. Omega Red. More like Omega LOL. Does Omega Red ever work for people? Really, consistently. Omega no. But how no? How much of a no? Wait, Orca chat! Orca! Orca, I feel like Loki is good. Because people don't expect it. It's always surprised me when people play Orca in Galactus. Can we please revisit that Hazmat goof? No! Hazmat is where she belongs. Leave her be. Hazmat's gonna get the Kang treatment every time she gets moved up, every time she's mentioned. Polaris honestly is one of my favorite Series 3 cards. I'm gonna put her really high. The power is good for energy, and she controls your opponent's cards. Oh, Psylocke. Oh. She used to be much better before Zabu. Like, she was the only card that could get your Mr. Negative out on 3. She can still help you if you want to get Galactus out maybe on 5, or like something else, a 6-drop out on 5. So good, but like at the bottom of good, right? Quake! Quake is an Archetype Enabler. I have a soft spot for Quake. I like the element of surprise. You can really mess your opponents up. But now that we have Legion, she's even worse than she used to be. She's a no, but it pains me to put her here. Quinjet. Oh, a Quinjet is very good, but is it a must-have? I'm torn between must-have and very good. Yeah, that's true. Dino is a very good infinite deck for early Series 3 players, so Quinjet will make that deck much better. Okay, Red Skull. Oh, can we actually do Shuri? Shuri is Archetype Enabler for sure. She's her own archetype. And Red Skull is very good with Shuri. And it would be the same for Taskmaster, right? No, Red Skull is not an Archetype Enabler. I think I'm putting him here. And then the Taskmaster will go there as well, because they go hand in hand. Rescue. Oh man, is Rescue just a no? Yeah, I don't think she's very good. Below average. She's below average, I think. A high no. Okay, Rogue Slide is good, but only because of Darkhawk. Without Darkhawk is completely useless. So I think I'll put him in good, but like towards the end of good. Rogue. Oh, I like Rogue. Rogue is a card you don't see often, but she can be game winning, honestly. I'm definitely putting her in good category. She's sneaky, you know? If your opponent doesn't have any ongoing cards, I guess she is just an empty drawer, isn't she? Ronan is not a good card. No. Ronan is not a good card. Like, I know people keep trying to play Ronan. Stop trying to make Ronan happen. It's not going to happen. It's much better just to play Darkhawk. Bad Archetype Enabler. He's not an Archetype Enabler. What kind of Archetype Enabler is he? Okay, Sauron is an Archetype Enabler, right? But it's only one type. But he's definitely not a must-have. You can play Shuri without Sauron. I actually don't hate Sentry. I think he's on par with Atuma, honestly. You can eat the Void, you can Viper the Void. But usually if you do that, you want to do it on last turn, because it's too obvious if you do it early. If they have anything to screw you, they will do it. Shanna is bad. Worse than Crystal or Black Widow, I think. She-Hulk is a very good card, right? Still. Although she is not as popular as she used to be. Can you believe this card used to be a 610? That's crazy times. I'm just gonna leave her there for now. The Crossbones disrespect is crazy. Yeah, you're right. I should move him a bit further down. Okay, Spider-Man is a good card. Very good. Good, very good. The control is nice. Buffs your Kraven. Good stat line. Similar to Polaris, I'd say. I don't like him as much as Polaris. I'm gonna put him a bit lower. Super Skrull is such a meme card. Once in like 20 games, he's going to give you a huge high. But most of the time, is going to be kind of eh. When it works, exactly. But most of the time, it's not going to work. It's probably similar to Rogue. I think Hood is a very good card. Good in Destroy. Good in Clog. Good against Galactus. Hood in Bounce, exactly. You can play in Bounce as well. Stop trying to make Toxic Clog a thing again. It is a thing. Thor. Thor is a good card. But is it a very good card? I remember seeing Thor a lot on ladder. Back when people used to play a lot of Lockjaw. What happened there? Maximus better than Thor? I definitely see Maximus more than Thor. Whenever the game says Mjolnir, I like to pretend it's meowing. I think this is a good spot for him, honestly. Maybe around here. I put Destroyer at the end of good. I think very good is too high for him, honestly. Okay, Titania. The thing about Titania is it's very hard to play her. A lot of people don't know how to play her, and that's why I think her win rate is so bad. So I kind of want to put her a bit higher, but she can screw you a lot of the time. Too much brain, yeah. You have to think too hard with her. But I think she is a good card. I mean, her stat line is amazing. There's no other one drop that's higher than her except Ebony Maw. So because I think she is a good card, like high good, but because of how hard it is to play her, I put her at the bottom of good. Typhoid Mary, oh my god. Where do we play Typhoid Mary? She is like in a similar... I always put these three in a similar league. Sentry, Atuma, Typhoid Mary. Out of those three, she's the worst one, I think. Because if you don't have a way to remove her ability, then she'll screw your whole board. She can screw your whole board. Is Ultron an Archetype Enabler? Not really. You don't need Ultron to play Patriot. It's just like the icing on the cake. But he's only really played in Patriot, right? Alright, if we put Zola here, I'd put Ultron somewhere here, maybe. A lot of Patriot decks don't even play him anymore. Maybe he's a bit lower then. Together with these. Oh, Valkyrie. I like Valkyrie. I think she's a very good card, and people don't really expect her. She's pretty good right now as well. Not a lot of people are playing ongoing cards. I think she's underrated, honestly. Still not a lot of people expect her, but she is quite expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna put her just behind Shadow King, simply because he's 2 energy and she's 5. But she is better than him in some ways, obviously. Would you say Venom is a must-have? Or is he Archetype Enabler? Like, you don't really need him to play Destroy, but he's like one of the most important Destroy cards. Enabler. You can still play Destroy without him. I beg to differ, I need that face. He's the best Destroy there. He definitely is the best out of the Destroy cards you can get. The lines are getting blurry. What is an enabler? What is a must-have? I'm gonna put him here. Maybe, here. Alright, Viper. Oh, Viper. I love Viper so much. When I play her, obviously, not to when my opponent plays her. Viper. Where do we want to put Viper? I think I want to put Viper in good. But only in certain decks. She's only really good in Clog, but when you're playing Clog, she is so important. Is she actually average? And Viper is Enabler. Definitely not. I think I'll put her somewhere here. Wasp. How good is Wasp? I think she is very good, but only because of High Evolutionary. Without High Evolutionary, how good is she? Probably just good, honestly. She is still really good in Patriot, C3, and Lockjaw, yeah. Okay, I think here seems pretty good. You never play... Who even plays the Yellow Jacket? I only see him in that meme deck with Hitmonkey. Here. What do we think? Am I actually gonna put Adam Warlock as the worst card in the game? Zero is a good card. Works with so many cards. And a good stat line as well. Zero definitely good, yeah, but how good? Zero better than Titania? Probably, honestly. I think maybe Zero a bit higher. Alright, we did it, chat. We did it. There it is. Our tier list. This was very difficult, honestly. Also, I think I'm too easily influenced by chat. I should have just not listened to chat. There is also so many factors at stake. And it's really hard to consider cards on their own without considering the meta. And I feel like I did consider meta for some of them, but not others.